Let's now talk about the significance of the Prime Minister's visit, 7th to the UAE this time around. He's right now en route to Abu Dhabi. We're joined by Chandramohan Bhandari, former Indian ambassador to the UAE. Good afternoon, Mr. Bhandari. What do you make of this fact that ever since Prime Minister Modi became the country's top leader, since 2015, in fact, this is the 7th time that he's traveling to the UAE, and we already have a comprehensive strategic partnership and even a SEPA.
Absolutely. I think since the present Prime Minister has taken the position, the relations with all the Gulf countries have really skyrocketed. I remember during my days from 2005 to 2007, I used to mix with the, with all the Emirates of the UAE, all the sheikhs, and they all used to say that, look, we have such close relations with India for centuries. So we don't realize that for the entire Gulf region, India was really the shelter for education, for health, and for everything. And they cherished the relationships, and our large community, more than 3 million, Indian nationals are in UAE. And if we look at the entire Gulf area, I think the number is 8 to 10 million people. So the ties between India and the Gulf countries and UAE in particular, because UAE has been the most, I would say, moderate country right from since inception in 1969. And Dubai in particular had opened its economy, for the world. So therefore, the openness of UAE has been very, very, straight. And they were very keen to develop close ties with India because they are primarily trading centers, and India being a large economy, so they were very keen that India should have close ties. And our Prime Minister has established this chemistry, with all the Gulf leaders, the rulers. And that's where I think I'm very happy that now we even have a Hindu temple, we have a Sikh Gurdwara. So it says a lot about the people-to-people partnership as also at the government-to-government level.
Well, certainly. Let's talk about the kind of strategic partnership that India and the UAE have, because that is again coming into focus with the kind of challenges in the region that have cropped up in the recent months. Now, how can these be, taken further as well?
No, I think as far as UAE is concerned, they have a very, worldwide view, and therefore they are not necessarily, limited with the Islamic card, so to say. So therefore, they find that India's, kind of approach to all countries in an open way. So that's where the meeting of minds between our Prime Minister and Sheikh Mohammed in particular, and then also Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid, the Prime Minister of UAE, the Sheikh of Dubai. Both these leaders are on the economic front, they are very, very dynamic, because they know that they need as much trading as possible because they can't have much industry in their own countries. So therefore, this ties that we are building, and happily they have sufficient, financial resources to invest. So I think this is the best relationship that is coming up, and the challenges, will always be there. But with open-minded leaders who are not, going into narrow considerations, then it's very easy to carry on this healthy relationship.
Yes, you mentioned the trade relations and how the SEPA adds to that. What about investments? Because UAE is the 9th biggest investor in India, but the scope to invest even more, especially with the way that India is looking to expand its infrastructure in every manner, including the digital infrastructure, and also investments in environment and otherwise in science and tech, modern technologies and startups. Where do you see this going?
Yes, definitely, because this is what the UAE leaders also want, that, on the digital side, they can also have our investments. Indian companies are investing in the UAE because it's a hub, and it connects. Now we have this. During the G20, we had seen that from India to the Gulf and then to Europe. So there, the Gulf countries are playing a very, very important role. And this, our partnership with the Gulf countries in the last 10 years have really strengthened. And I'm happy to add here that, in the Qatar, where our 8 Navy officers, were sentenced to death and they haven't really been released. This is because of this very strong ties that we have, that our current government has built with the Gulf countries, that they are always sensitive to our interest. And we also need to be sensitive to their interest, because every country would like to have development in their own countries also. Therefore, I think they also are looking for investments from India. So it's a two-way process.
Certainly.
And very healthy relationship that can be developed.
All right. Now, there are two other significant events. One is the event with the Indian diaspora, Ahlan Modi, and the other is the World Government Summit, to which the Prime Minister is the keynote speaker. What do you make of these two events being organized during his trip as well?
Yes, both these events are really the first event about the inauguration of the temple. It's really a public event, and especially for the Indian diaspora, because I remember during my time also, we were discussing with the UAE government, and at that time, even Swaminarayan people were very keen. So now that we have this, temple, which is not just the Swaminarayan, but also other, faiths are there. So together, it brings a very positive energy, and this shows that now the Islamic countries are quite open. They are now global. They are not, uh, kind of restricted by their own faith. So this is a very healthy process. So therefore, this event, and it's going to be now visible for the whole Islamic world, I would say. So therefore, it's a very positive, healthy development where the religious cultural harmony at global level can be seen. And on the Prime Minister's keynote address, that's again a major event. We had the G20 event, and thereafter Sheikh Mohammed came to Gujarat, just last month. So these events have a lot of multiplier effects. At least it shows in public domain that we have very healthy relations.
Yes, certainly. And we will see that being further established through the course of today and tomorrow in the UAE. Thank you so much for joining us.